Now, in other languages, they do natively support what we call a multi-dimensional array. Now, in JavaScript, we don't have native support for multi-dimensional arrays. However, they're extremely easy to create. Now, what is a multi-dimensional array? It sounds extremely complex. Now, what it really is an array with an array inside it. And we already looked at this in our objects chapter where we used our object.entries on a particular object. So for instance, we had ID and then I am the value. And when we wrap this in a console log, we can see that we have an array with an array inside it. So we've already experimented with a multi-dimensional array, but sometimes we want to learn how to declare and access the properties ourselves. Now let's take our array of drinks and we're going to wrap each one inside a new array. So in fact, we're going to have 4 arrays, the outer array, and then 3 inner arrays. So each array inside is a new array element that then contains a string. Now what we're going to do is give each drink a price, and it may be that you're dealing with APIs that return data in this particular format where you have the first item in the array could be perhaps the name, and the second could be some other value that we want to use. So if we wanted to access the drinks individually, we can say drink1 equals the drinks square bracket 0, and we can go ahead and duplicate this. We can say 2, 1. We can rename our variables across as well, and then start adding these to our console, and we can add these on new lines. So there we have it. We have each drink logged out. So here we're accessing the array. Square bracket 0 gives us that first item, as we know, square bracket 1, the second item, and so forth. So that's how we can access those individual items. And it might be that you want to declare variables to keep the code cleaner, more readable. Here, it's very nice and easy to read what we're accessing. But what if instead of just logging each drink, we wanted to, in fact, log out the values? So in this case, what I'm going to do is say drink, and then we're going to interpolate drink1, and we're then going to say price and interpolate that value drink1 as well. Now, we don't need all 3 of these because they follow the same examples. Now, what we can do is, again, go square bracket 0 and then square bracket 1, and then close off our string literal. We can save things out, and here you see that we have the drink with lemonade, and the price is 99. Now, if we were to now change this over to a 1, we'd see a completely different drink. We'd see lime with a different price. Similarly, if we square bracket 2, we'll then see peach again with a different price. So this is how we can create multi-dimensional arrays. We can learn to work with them. We don't even have to create 2 variables if you'd like. And this may be a new syntax to you. We could, in fact, just access square bracket 0 directly after here. Now, to demonstrate this, we can blow away our variable. We can rename this to drinks. We can rename this to drinks. Now here we can say square bracket 0, square bracket 1, and over here we're going to say square bracket 0. So we'll save this out, and we don't see any difference in the console apart from the drink's name. So that's a quick roundup of dealing with multi-dimensional arrays, thinking about arrays in arrays, and when you're typically dealing with data structures that perhaps come back from an API response or a particular library that you might be using, a JavaScript library, we now know how to deal with multi-dimensional arrays.